What's up, guys? Welcome back to a very special Weekly Weird News.
Thursday edition.
Yeah.
Sports like rugby, American football, mixed martial arts, and ice hockey often get criticism from the whiny public about how they're violent and dangerous and only are a small step beyond the gladiator battles of ancient Rome. But if you're one of those people, like us, who not only disagrees, but also really wishes that you could actually see a Roman gladiator fight play out on ESPN, well, you may be in luck.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd wouldn't be upset with that.
Oh, he'd love it, yeah.
A company called Unified Weapons Master out of Sydney, Australia, is on a crowdfunding mission right now to bring the combat sports of the past back for our modern enjoyment. And they're doing it in a way that solves the biggest problem with that kind of spectator sport. The fact that one or more combatants usually dies a horrifically violent death at the end of the fight. It's guaranteed.
One little detail.
Yeah.
So their solution is the Lorica, a body armor suit that looks like something straight out of Halo that not only protects the fighter's body from serious harm, but also measures and records strikes from the fighter's opponent, providing hard data on just how much damage the fighters are doing to each other, or rather would be doing to each other if not for the suit saving their lives.
You can't lie to those refs. This isn't going to be another Mayweather-Pacquiao. The data is there to prove it.
Yeah.
Anyways, United Weapons Master, or UWM, got the idea when one of their founders named Justin was training in the art of Krabi Krabong. I hope I said that right, because whoever knows that will certainly kick my ass. Anyways, it's an old weapons fighting style that originated in Thailand. According to the Indiegogo page, quote, the fighters there were highly trained athletes, including members of the Thai Special Forces, who were incredibly skillful and extremely dangerous with weapons.
Justin was struck by how unappreciated their skills were, and how tragic it was that there was nowhere for these athletes to truly test themselves, not only against each other, but also against other weapons experts and systems from around the world.
So they set out to assemble a dream team of engineers, armorers, doctors, and weapons martial arts experts to find out a way to actually make this work. I'm glad they got doctors in there.
Yeah, you gotta have doctors.
And by the way, God bless them for it, because this looks like it could actually be fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're basically inventing a new sport, which they hope gets big enough to hold events worldwide at the same scale of something as like UFC, which will also appeal to people who like fighting video games, because the presentation would be almost exactly the same, with like a health bar and their lives and like heart rate and all that, clearly visible, showing exactly how the fight's playing out.
Hopefully some finishing moves too. That'd be nice. We'll see. They've already got these prototype suits, but they want to make them lighter, safer, and less intrusive on the fighter's movements, obviously, and also give them better sensor technology for detecting strikes.
They've managed to collect just over 45,000 Aussie dollars on Indiegogo so far. I don't know what the conversion rate is.
It's pretty much even.
All right, but their goal is 100,000 Aussie dollars, so if you were disappointed that your contributions for that space porn weren't enough to make full zero gravity penetration a thing that we can all watch, this might just be the perfect way for you to take out your aggression and take out your wallet.
Yeah. Speaking of aggression, though, did you know that West Point Military Academy, America's premier higher education institute for people looking to be officers in the U.S. Army, has had an annual pillow fight at the end of basic training since 1897? It's a tradition, damn it.
Yeah, how adorable, right?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Oh.
This ain't no sleepover pillow fight. This is full contact combat. Because unlike a normal pillow fight, the West Point cadets this year decided to weaponize their pillowcases with rocks and other hard objects and try to basically kill each other.
Oh, okay. Well, shocker, the whole thing left over 30 cadets injured, with 24 suffering concussions and others suffering broken bones, dislocated shoulders, and flesh wounds. It's just a flesh wound, damn it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Army, kids.
You're in.
Yeah.
This isn't even the first time something like this has happened. It's just the first time that there's been enough millennial cadets just shamelessly posting about it on social media for it to get noticed by major media outlets. Cadets stuffing their pillowcases with hard objects is just part of the pillow fight, guys. That's why upperclassmen always advise incoming freshmen to wear helmets. But of course, a lot of them just stuff the helmets into their pillowcases and use that to make the pillowcases way harder than their heads unprotected.
Thankfully, since West Point is basically an officer school, this is more combat than most of these young men and women will ever see firsthand. Still, though, concussions suck, and getting enough of them will probably affect the way a person is able to lead large groups of soldiers later on.
Yeah.
So let's get West Point some Lorica combat suits, damn it! They work just as well for pillow fights as they do for sword fighting.
Yeah, and then you'll really know who's the best pillow fighter.
It sounds like a pretty violent way to haze people, so...
Yes.
I mean, they got the hazing thing going.
They got it.
Yeah.
All right. Or you could just, instead of fighting, you could all just sit around and take LSD together.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I mean, they can't, because that kind of thing is strictly forbidden in the military.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Shame.
But that's what a group of alternative medicine proponents in Germany recently did, except they had no idea that they were being drugged.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Around 30 delegates at the conference, who presumably were just there to talk about healing crystals and tea and chakras or some shit, got way more than they bargained for when they found themselves high as all fuck on the drug known as 2CE, which is known on the street as Frank. It's a drug that's described as somewhere between ecstasy and LSD, and sounds like a fun drug to do as long as you actually consent to doing it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Just don't put it in my food when I'm not looking.
Yeah.
So these people did not know that they were taking it, and more than 150 medical staff and a shitload of cops and ambulances had to be called when the delegates started suffering hallucinations, rolling around in the meadow, and talking gibberish. Also, having trouble breathing and having really high heart rates.
I mean, the first part sounds great, but the second part, that doesn't sound so great.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. It helps to know why you're high.
Yeah,
so that you know you're not having a fucking brain aneurysm.
So we can surmise that they learned the hard way that actual traditional medicine can be pretty damn useful for some things, like when you've been dosed with a fuck ton of synthetic drugs against your will. Ain't no herbal tea gonna fix that, Elliot.
No, don't take me to the hospital. Just give me
fruits and vegetables.
Give me fruits and vegetables, it'll be fine. Yeah. No, sir.
No.
But anyway, let's move on to our favorite part of the show, and yours.
Yeah.
Headlines, where we read the most ridiculous real headlines that real news outlets decided to publish this week. Starting with...
Burning Man founder addresses diversity problem by suggesting black people don't like camping because of slavery. I mean, does he have science to back this up?
Well, he was married to a black woman.
So it's empirical evidence?
I don't know.
He has first-hand experience.
They asked him about it.
One time he asked her if she wanted to go camping, and she said no. And he said, you better give me a damn good reason, because I bought a tent, and I bought supplies, and I put a deposit down on that camping space, and you know Yellowstone will not refund that deposit. So you better have a damn good excuse. And in her brilliance, immediately she thought of something that he could not argue back.
What are you gonna argue with that?
Yeah, black people don't like camping because of slavery. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
How do you answer to that?
Well, you don't.
I can't.
Woman discovers boyfriend of 2 years is woman when she removes blindfold during sex.
Was she blindfolded all the time?
Yes. This is the most confusing, this woman is the stupidest woman that ever, it sucks that she was essentially raped, and under the eyes of the law, under British law, it was rape, and that's why it's going to trial right now.
Well, she was consenting, but under the guise of it being a guy.
So it was a friend of hers who had a crush on her, and then became her online boyfriend using fake pictures.
This is just like Revenge of the Nerds when he dresses up as Darth Vader.
It's like that, but it's the long con version, 2 years long. So she was
By the way, rape happened in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah, this is rape. So yeah, she pretended to be a man online, was had cyber boyfriend for a year, and was oh, we should meet, but I have really bad scars on my face, so you have to wear a blindfold the whole time.
Well, at least the one girl was accepting of that looks don't mean everything.
For a year!
Oh. I mean,
she'd be fucking with her dildo, and then finally she was something's a little weird about this, and took it off and saw who she thought was her best friend on top of her, just shoving a dildo into her. It's so fucked up. But how do you let that happen for 2 years?
I know, it sounds crazy to me.
It's ridiculous.
It's just the same thing as Revenge of the Nerds. But she's oh wow, you're so much better now.
Yeah.
And he's oh, it's because I'm a nerd and I'm not your boyfriend. And she was totally cool with it. But that doesn't.
That's how it works.
That's not how it works.
Don't try it home.
Yeah.
Do not
try. No Californians. Stickers are being slapped on for sale signs in Portland.
Pretty much par for the course.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon's the retirement.
Why don't you stay out?
Yes, everyone from Southern California.
Stay down in your fancy California. This is Portland.
But the people that are saying this are probably transplants from California that are just oh, now it's all popular. Portland hates anything that's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Portlandia.
Yeah.
Where Fred Armisen is just a super hipster bike guy, but then he ends up getting a job within the course of a week, and then he's the angry old man being
yeah, get out of here.
Is this normal? Impounded car returned with gun, drugs inside. It's not normal.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
The woman's car was stolen. The police were oh, we found it. Come on down and get it. And it just...
But she discovered all the drugs and guns?
Yeah, so she's oh, picked up her car at the impound lot. There's a crack pipe, there's a bag of cocaine, there's a fucking air rifle in there, a knife.
Sounds like someone offered her a free vacation when she picked up her car.
Lady, why don't you just be cool?
Wanting to smoke some crack.
Why
just be cool with it.
Why are you snitching?
Yeah.
Well, she did have a baby.
Oh, okay. Okay, if you have a baby, don't do a bunch of drugs.
But if not,
yeah, feel free.
Do whatever you want.
Canadian candidate sorry for peeing in coffee cup.
Canada's election is just...
Is it as good as America's?
Yeah. They're catching up so good. Yeah, this guy's...
Was it? I got one question. Did he pee in a Tim Hortons coffee cup? Because that would piss any Canadian off.
It's hard to tell. See, he didn't even do this during his current campaign. This happened like 2 years ago on like a To Catch a Contractor type show.
Okay, great.
Like, he showed up and like fixed the pipe in like 2 seconds, and then like for some reason like stood up like next to the sink and just like pissed in a cup and then poured it in the sink and then just like went back to doing.
So what was the problem?
He pissed in some homeowner's coffee cup.
Yeah, well, he was repairing plumbing lines, right?
Could have just gone to the bathroom.
Well, dude, he's repairing plumbing lines.
No, he was just repairing like the YouTube of the sink.
YouTube?
The YouTube.
Listen, he didn't want to go to the bathroom. Big deal. He poured. See, when I read this, I thought that he pissed in their coffee and put it back in the maker and had them drink it. This is nothing. We've all listen. We've all peed in weird places.
In a coffee cup. A stranger's coffee cup?
I'm gonna do it tonight.
A Tim Hortons coffee cup?
Yeah, that's what I said. If it was Tim Hortons and it's fucked up, but I'm gonna try this tonight.
Fantastic Four 2. Tommy Wiseau wants to direct.
This would be the most amazing, successful Fantastic Four movie ever of all time.
I think they should give it to him.
I think they should just let him have a shot at it.
Let him do it.
Yeah.
That would be, it could be great.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't be any worse than what we just got.
Oh, hi, thing. I don't know. That's exactly what it could be.
And he would play Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. He would cast himself in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd find a way to show his wrinkly old butt on camera.
Oh, God. Anyways. Texas police find loaded handgun in suspect's vagina. Was it... Okay, first question, get out of the way. How big was the handgun?
I mean,
was it the noisy cricket from Men in Black? Or was it like a Dirty Harry?
Big enough that she had to probably... Like, it probably wouldn't fit in any normal woman's vagina. This is
this woman was supernatural. It's her. She had superhuman vagina.
Like, they make small guns, but even the smallest guns on the market, you can't just go like, boop. You gotta lube that up, at least.
Was she smuggling it for a while, or did she do it in like a panic?
She got arrested for some other shit, and then when she was in the cop car, she's like,
all right,
there's one other thing I should probably tell you before we get back to the station.
Because it could go off at any time.
It's loaded.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the safety's on or off. I have no control over it anymore.
Yeah. She did it first, though. And it all went numb.
Yeah. And finally, wasps may have stung me in the testicles, but I love them anyway.
There's a man who just blinded by his love for this creature.
He respects nature.
It's like those people that get bit by snakes all the time and they're like, I just fucking love snakes.
Fucking love snakes, man.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear they're running out of anti-venom? Like the world is running out of anti-venom.
But you just,
like the title of the headline that I read, and you could find it, put it on this, I don't care. I might be misquoting it, but it's something like, if you're gonna get bit by a snake, make sure you do it in the next 2 years.
Well, that's a really stupid way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Better take care of it now, because, you know, it's like
everybody gets one.
It's like the chicken pox.
Yeah.
Bring all your kids over to like little Sally's house, and we're gonna let the snake loose, and they're all gonna get bit by the snake, and then you got it over with. You got the snake bite.
All right, so go get your snake bite, everyone. You don't have much time. That was Weekly Weird News. Watch our Tech Tuesday where we covered all the Apple shit. Watch our amazing interview with Lil Dicky Butterfield.
Lil Dicky Butterfield.
And we'll see you guys next time. No tugs this week. But tomorrow, our Abu Dhabi video.
Oh, finally.
Fury 7, our trip to Abu Dhabi is gonna be up. So be sure to check that out. Because the more of you that watch that video, the more we get to go on these crazy trips.
Yeah.
Terrific trips.
Really helps us out.
Yeah, thank you.